Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome if you are new. I have made some content. Despite the rumors, I'm actually not dead. Sorry to disappoint you in that regard. I actually had a week of morning shift, which, as you know, is something that always takes a toll on my time and creation, or my creative time. And there was also a few family birthdays going on this week, so there was just a lot of stuff to do on the side, so I actually didn't have time to make something, or at least I didn't have time to make the video. What I did on the weekend is I made a clothing set for a friend who kind of commissioned this one, asked me if I could do something like this. It is for a work he is doing in 3D, and I was happy to oblige and help someone get settled in that regard. So the whole thing is inspired by DC superhero outfits, more or less, with of course a bit of my personal ideas and touch in between. But yeah, the whole idea was inspired by, I think, Starfire from DC. I'm not sure. I think she's DC. The new Starfire 52, whatever that is, I don't know. He just provided a few pictures and was like, yeah, something like this. And I went first to the sketchbook and made a few ideas, and then I sat down on the weekend, actually in between birthday parties and stuff, and made this set. It's comprised of 3 parts. As you can see, there is the waist piece, or the hip piece, as I called it very generously, and this is something that I shall do another one, because they asked me for a one that is a bit more SFW, so I will do a second one, which probably I want to on the channel. This is something that I will just do whenever I have time. What I will try to do tomorrow is finish the video for D&D, so I don't know if I have the time tomorrow. I will see if I can make it. You will see as well if I can make it. But yeah, this is something that I definitely want to finish in a close by time. So someone close by time wise. One issue I had when I did this is I had the issue that this that the back part of this was somehow really broken, really tilted. I don't know why, and I had to rebuild it, but otherwise this worked quite well. I got the idea with the little hearts. I had the original sketch had just like a round symbol there, and it was like, okay, I'm not going to do just a round thing, and I thought the heart might work well, might fit the theme a bit, so I just went with a relatively neutral, relatively no, not neutral, but relatively known symbol. Yeah, UV mapping is relatively simple for this one. It has relatively simple and relatively good UV maps that are easy to use. You can see that I basically just gave it flat colors in the end anyway, even though the edge of the fabric should not have had the different color, but that is what it is. Second piece is the shoulder guard. You can see that I try to keep the theme with the hearts, with the heart gemstones. Gemstones is in general something that I use on a lot of different sets, as you know. So yeah, not that special to see it in something here. My first sketch, or the first idea, was to give her bigger shoulder pads, like some kind of, not really Space Marine, but similar armor pads or armor plates on the shoulder. And in the end, I decided that this would not fit the whole aesthetic, because the whole set looks very light, very simple. At this point, I was actually streaming on Discord for some other friends to watch, and I did a little bit of explanation, so the video is a bit there's a few pauses in between. Yeah, first I made I copy pasted the edge, and then I decided I'm going to make an artificial edge by hand, as you can see here, which I did because I wanted to incorporate the heart structure again into this into the whole edge thing. I wanted to have this basically as one big piece, and at this point I actually could have, or would have been smarter to weld the pieces into each other, like to just yeah, weld the lines together. But this only occurred after I was done with the whole part. But it could have been way easier to just make this heart symbol down there on the shoulder. One additional thing is, you can see that each piece that I made has a different number of hearts. This is kind of intentional. I wanted to them to have like some kind of a connection and also some kind of order, you could say. So the first thing that I did had 3 hearts, one in the front, 2 in the front and 1 in the back. The shoulder has 2 hearts. It's actually 4, but it's like 2 on each side, so it's at 6, then 4 if you count all the hearts, like 3 on each side, and then here there's 2 on each side, and the chest piece will have 1 heart that is there. And yeah, this is the chest piece. Again, this is inspired by the Starfire 52 model or character, which yeah, doesn't wear that much, and I basically went with that idea loosely, yeah, and try to cover her up without covering her up. Yeah, I was a bit stunned with the actual idea what I wanted to go for. This is in the end a very close approximation of the actual thing that she wears. My first sketches were alterations of her suit, because I didn't want to just copy it, which is also where the idea of the hearts came from. I wanted to have something that differentiates this, what I'm doing, from the drawn character. And yeah, this is basically why I got the idea of the hearts. And this piece here is actually something that I made up at this specific point. I was thinking, okay, where do I put the heart, where do I put this symbol? And I thought, okay, I want to have something in the center of the body, something that is visible, that is actually there, and that is actually, yeah, is opening up the whole structure, and then not just making it that loose, that simple. One issue I had is I made each of the hearts basically more or less differently from each other. So one issue that I had here was to actually fit the heart onto the socket shape, so the gem onto the socket, and I had to work around a little bit with this one, but it worked out luckily. So yeah, still a bit surprised that this actually worked like it did. Yeah, and that's it basically. Enjoy the render, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.